My name's Dan Okwiri, actually Daniel Okwiri. Currently I work with the Kenya Ports Authority, and for the last 11 years, and prior to that I was in Nairobi, and I was doing a few businesses and also playing basketball as a. At the moment, with the Human Resource Department, our job is to hire and fire. Yes. And we monitor performance. So of course, hapo katikati monitoring aspect and then. So between the hiring and the firing, there are so many. Yes. Yes, there's a lot of the connection is there. I was first called to join KPA in 2004. By that time I was playing professional ball in Rwanda, and in 2000, so I declined it. Before that I was actually given a chance to join the military so that I can play for the military team Ulinzi, but I declined that one. In 2005.
Were they offering you a job as well?
Yes. All the people who approached me actually were giving me jobs, but my heart was not in the military, so that's why I never ended up there. So I went to play in Rwanda. Then I went from Rwanda, I went to play in Tunis. Then I went to Angola. Yes. Then from there, that's when now in 2008 and 7, one of my mentors. Actually, as you continue playing, you get to realize that times are changing, the tides are changing, and you're growing old. So you have to start choosing your priorities and getting things right. So someone approached me, and they told me there's this offer of a job. I didn't want to come, so I told them. That time I was still in college and USIU. So I gave it a thought, and afterwards I joined KPA. After high school, there's a time I went to Nairobi to watch some games. This Kenya Basketball Federation organized some tournaments in Nyayo. So I went for these games, and some of the guys I watched, there's from the college of KCT, KCCI, yes, CITI, Kenya Christian College, Industrial Training Institute. Those guys were amazing.
Who in particular caught your eye?
There were several people who caught my eye. We had players like Norman Bleak, we had players like Otwal, David Mugoe, we had Mike Tanui, we had Richard Osano, we had there were so many people.
So those are the ones who...
Patrick Koriana, Odhiambo. Yes, those are the guys who are now playing now at their peak. At that time, and me, I was just a boy from Eldoret. Actually, in Eldoret, we were struggling to get to the provincial league just to play there, but because of lack of exposure, we were not able. So I had friends, a clique of friends, where we used to contribute some money so that we could travel to go and play some tournaments and watch games in Nyayo. That's when now we met the KCT team. Actually, what captured our eyes and our thoughts and everything is when we went there, when these guys were warming up, the kind of training suit, the balls, how they were laying the ball, and everything. You're just like, are we in Kenya? And these people, fortunately, they used to have a principal who was from the US. And actually they were being given resources. So in terms of the kit, because where I come from, we are not in teams that, yeah. So well kitted like that, and also the way they were playing, the ball handling, you could tell that These are just not normal people, you know. And everyone in that team is dunking. Everyone, including the guys on the bench. So when guys are going for straight laps, it's just straight laps. Then when they start dunking, everyone is dunking. And, you know, that thing really caught my eyes. So we organized a few of us. We went to join the college, asked around, and then we joined the college. So from there now, that's where now we started playing. Before I played basketball, I played hockey. Hockey was my best sport. In fact, until one day my mom just came for one of the games. You know, my principal, actually the headmaster for my school, which was Hill School, used to come and get me from class to play for my high school. That was when I was in class 4. That was around I think 11, 10 years. And I was a very good ball handler in hockey. So they used to ask me to come and play for the high school team during those games. So when I got to class 7, that is around what age? 13, 14. That's when I started playing basketball. Doing some ball handling here and there, watching people play. Then those days, you know, on Sundays we used to have the NBA action. So of course on Sunday after church, after lunch, now you're watching NBA action. From there you go straight direct to the court to go and implement. So if you see that behind the back, so you want to do all those things. So those are some of the things that inspired me at that age. So I would say between that 11, 12, 13, I'd already started. And at that time, you know, we were not using the balls because these basketball balls were not even there. They were rarely there. So we were using tennis balls. Sometimes we would turn our slippers, you know, you roll the slippers and you start playing with the slippers like it's the ball. So, you know, yeah. In Kenya, 2001, in fact, I played for KCT. KCT at that time was not in the league. Actually, they were in the league, but no, they were playing the college basketball league games for colleges, UCBL. So from there, I was actually in 2002. I was called to the national team. So that's where now I started playing in the national team, and also there was a team called Eagles. Eagles was sponsored by Barclays Bank at that time. So we had, I had mentors also at that level. The likes of Maurice Alwanga, who was the chairman for KBF at that time. Robert Nyasimi, and so many people. Oscar, we were in that team together. So they were elders. So they were, when we were playing with them, you know, you steal one or two things here and there. So I played for Eagles. Then they got out, so we were the main Eagles at that time. And we had a sponsor who came, one of the, just from a fan, was watching our game in Nyayo. And kutoka hapo akapenda vile tunacheza na akasema anakuja kutusponsor. Kwa anajiita Daniela Detunji. She just came for a training session. Akasema, I want to sponsor you guys. I've watched you guys several times and I want to pick you guys. So Coca-Cola, she was working with Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola came in and started sponsoring us. So it was a good thing because she was one of the people who elevated the game of basketball now to different levels. Played for Eagles. From there I went to play for USIU. At that time the USIU was in the league. So I played also for USIU. I have played for, then when I came to Mombasa I played for KPA. And played for, currently I'm playing for Emiba. Yes. Emiba basketball team. Yes. I think it's the passion of the passion in sports, or probably the passion when you decide to do something. And when you have passion, it drives you to being competitive, because it's the passion that drives you and makes you now become more competitive. Otherwise, when you just do it for purposes of doing it because I'm seeing you play, I will not actually give it my all, you know. And I used to find it very interesting because when I would start doing something, I would really concentrate on that and make sure if it is a move, if it is the obstacles that I know, how do I attack, how do I defend here. Some of the things that we used to train, especially when I was in Eagles, we were taught by our elders, that the seniors at that time, is in defending you have to have a formula. If I know that you are somewhere and I know that you will keep the opponent busy when he's attacking, I will just we know how to come and probably make a double team and force this guy to pass the ball to where we want. So that formula actually worked for us a lot of times. And on the offensive side, we used to work on formulas. How do we attack the spaces? Who's our best shooter? So we would actually categorize and look at what are our abilities. So me, I was actually playing 2. For 2-man, my job is actually to penetrate, lay, score, penetrate, and that kind of thing. And we used to have someone who used to shoot the ball properly. You give him the ball like this, it's a catch and shoot situation. We had someone who strictly his job was to bring the ball down the court. The role roles were well defined. Yeah, well defined, and the people got used to them. And even when you're not there, someone else knows how to play that role because we are used to seeing you do that thing. So even playing 5, you'd be given that because it's not about the height; it's about the size of the dog, the heart in the dog. So that is what actually made us, probably made me stand out in most cases, because I believed that nothing was going to stop me. I want to win this game. But most of all, I wanted to. It was not about winning; it was about enjoying. Because when you enjoy, you find that the way you do things, you bring the art and make this thing feel nice. Like when you make a move, you make sure that it's a well calculated move. I know you want to block me, but I know this person. I'll do a hang time. I'll do a reverse layup. It's about being creative. Yes. The lessons are many. And I think one of the key things is patience. Patience. When you are still young and growing, and especially when things are good for you, you tend to think like you're the best. You tend to think like you can beat anyone, and but as time goes by, you realize that you need to have a certain approach for you to get to a certain level. It's not just about cutting shortcuts and thinking that you'll get there because I can run faster than you, or I'm smaller than you. No. So patience by learning. You have to learn, why is this person doing this? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to put in some work in this? If I have to work out, why is it? If I'm to buy this type of shoe, why do I have to buy this shoe? If I have to buy socks, why is it? I don't have to buy socks or shoes because someone else is putting them on. I have to know this is the best shoe for me because of my legs, because of the other discipline. The concept is trust. Because for you to play in a team, you have to trust each other, so that everything happens. And like I said, it's not about winning; it's about the enjoying. When I trust you, even when you do the wrong things, I will come and tell you. When I trust you, I will be able to make you understand me, so that we are able to work in a certain formula for us to be able to achieve a common goal. And without those things, you find that most teams, if someone else is removed and the other person is removed, are you going to still have the same kind of chemistry? So it all boils down to the trust. And the other thing is the teamwork. teamwork, the team spirit concept, you know, working with other people, trying to make the other person be good. You know, in most cases we find that when I tell you to work on certain things, some people might think that you're trying to force me, or you're trying to make me look bad. It just depends on how you tell someone. In most cases, because of that competitive level of I would never understand why are you not able to do 1, 2, 3. I want you to do A, B, C, D. But you see, how am I approaching you? That approach is very important. And as time went by, I started understanding why the coaches, like Coach Clifford Ward, he would come and try and explain something. Can you go and do that? Repeat it. You would feel irritated by the fact that he's telling you to repeat it. Why are you telling me this? And I've just got the basket. What do you want? I didn't know that was going to build my IQ situation, to understand the game better. It's not just about putting the ball in the basket. It's understanding the whole concept of moving from point A, beating the defender, attacking the rim. You know, that all that art, you know, and scoring the basket. Or even if the opportunity is here and someone is coming to block me, the IQ I will know that this guy is going to block me. So what do? Make him go up and lay the ball to the other person, so that we have a simple basket.